Hi, welcome to this episode of Tech Chat. I'm Andy Strand and I'm joined by my colleague and wingman, Mark Jameson. This time the spotlight is on fulfillment and in particular how we deal with bulk orders coming in and then managing the complexities where some of the products are in stock and some need to be manufactured. So we see it all the time where printers are getting spreadsheets, they're getting them monthly, weekly, daily in from their customers containing all the products that they need. So yes, you can, key them in line by line. It's pretty time consuming and certainly introduce some errors. So Mark, show us what we can do to speed up this whole process.
Yeah, of course, well, Andy. I'll just share my screen and run VT, as they say. So here I've got just an example of a spreadsheet that I put together. It's identifying some core or key elements. The customer, the product code and the quantity are really essential for us. So you can embellish it with additional information, of course, if you need to. So what I'm doing with that spreadsheet is I'm putting it into what we call a hot folder. And it's not physically hot. It's just a folder that's monitored by Tharstern. And you can see there we've got in that folder we've got 3 subfolders, one for working, one for success and one for quarantine. Just going back into Tharstern here, just to show that there's no smoke and mirrors. I've got no orders in my order list. I've got no jobs in my job list. As we process that spreadsheet, we put it into the relevant folder. As long as everything sort of worked okay, it goes into the success folder, as this one has. And if I go back into Tharstern now and refresh the screen view, I can see the sales order has been created. It's got a status of order entered, and when I open it, I can see immediately that there's something happening to this order, and I can see the 10 lines associated to it.
Great, nice and easy, Mark. That nice and easy, nice import. So some of these products might be in stock. Some of them we might need to manufacture. How do we get a view on that? Okay,
so in the sales order module, we can also view orders at sort of a header level, which is what we've got here. But if I'm just going to resize the screen, well, I can also navigate to our sales order line list. So that shows all the individual lines that are on that one particular order. I'm just going to hit the refresh button here. That's now sort of proves to me that all the automation that was required on that order has taken place. And what that's done in turn, when I refresh the order line list, is shown me the lines where a job has been created and the lines where goods were already in stock and have automatically allocated. If I go into my job list now and refresh the screen, we can see the jobs that have been created to satisfy the demand on the sales order, but it was only created those jobs for the items that weren't in stock. So I'm now just going to go through a little production routine. So those jobs would go through the factory, the production workflow in the normal way, and ultimately would come back to the software and tell the system that those goods have now been produced. So what that does is that then allocates those goods to those sales order lines where jobs were required. So if I pause the screen here, we can see now that for all those 10 order lines, we've got an allocation of 10. Only 5 of them were order lines that needed a job because we didn't have the goods in stock originally.
Right, great, Mark. So we've allocated stock, we've produced it now. We've been out and done the hard work, we've produced the work on the shop floor. How do we get it out the door?
That's a good point. So what I'm going to do after sort of just confirming what's going on in this list, I'm going to go into my picking area. So here we have all the items that are available to be picked. They're ready, they're good to go. We're able to pick them. But what I need to do is to give somebody down in the factory, somebody down in the warehouse, an instruction to tell them to go and pick them. And what they need to do is they need to know where the goods are, how many they need to pick, and they need to tell us that they've done that routine. So here we can see a series of items that need to be picked that have currently got a status of not started. So when Alan logs into his mobile inventory application, he's able to do some inventory management. Lots of opportunity in here, but one of the key things is the ability to pick orders. So when Alan picks those products from the shelf, he's going to put them into a trolley. And here he's going to identify the pick that he's carrying out. In the background, we can just see the pick number 1100. So I'm entering pick number 1100, and it shows me a list of the items that are associated to that pick, the locations where they're stored, and asks me to confirm the location I'm picking from, the product I'm picking, and the quantity. So I'm only going to do that for 2 of these products, but you go through each one in turn, identifying with a barcode scan that you're picking from the right location, again identifying with a barcode scanner that you're picking the right item and confirming the quantity. And what that does in the background is it starts to feed that information back into Tharstern, and we can see the status here automatically changes from not started to being picked as I sort of start the routine on a particular item, and then once I've confirmed that I've picked the item and put it into my trolley, it automatically changes the status to say it's now been picked. So once you've done that for the entire process, they disappear from our packing area and go into our dispatch area, and it's just a case now of refreshing the screen and highlighting and hitting the dispatch button. And at this point we can identify weights if it's not pre-calculated. We can also integrate into third-party shipping systems if necessary at that point. Awesome.
So we've got quite a complex process there that is sometimes difficult to deal with. We're doing it in 3 easy steps. Is that right, Mark? We're importing the spreadsheet to remove the bottleneck from order entry. Tick. 2, we're automating automatic allocations, automatic job creation to fulfill them. Tick. And step 3, introduce mobile inventory into the equation, and we've got a really slick and scalable process.
It's really, it is as simple as that, Andy. You are absolutely right.
Great. Right, thanks for watching, everyone. Any comments, questions, put them in the comments below. We'd be happy to answer any questions you've got, and we'll see you next time for the next Tech Chat. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.